Unfiltered Romance Nights. We are your hosts, Colleen.
And I'm Marjorie. Tonight we will be chatting about Beautiful Venom by Rina Kent. This is a dark enemies to lovers hockey romance with plenty of secrets. This is Dahlia Thorne and Kane Davenport's story. Go.
Go.
Let's start.
Let's start. Okay, before we get into the ratings and opinions, I read mine paperback, whatever. And I got this one.
You want to see my pile?
Oh, yeah. Let's see it. Because I've never seen all of them.
Okay, so I did a tandem. I started it ebook, and then because I was reading it before I went to sleep, and then the next day I put the audiobook on plus reading the book. It's actually I like it. It's immersive. You will never, well, I wouldn't say never, but more than likely you would not see me reading my paperbacks. Okay, so I got this is the Barnes and Noble edition, and this is the.
Oh, okay.
Yours should have one.
Yeah, it does.
Okay.
It's
and then, I'm pretty sure this is okay. So then this is the Target edition.
That's the one I originally wanted, but I didn't get it.
This is my favorite art tip in. And then the regular, well, not, it's the deluxe version since it has this, and then this is the tip in.
Yeah.
All right.
Can I just say, it's going to be weird that I'm saying this.
Mom.
This book smells amazing.
I am not. I almost just did that, but I was like,
just do it. Oh my God. When I was reading it, I was catching like a whiff of it. I'm like, oh my God, I love it.
You're great.
I love it. I know.
I thought I was going to I was debating if I was going to sell the other, I'll pick one and then I'll sell the other. I was just like, nah. I'm like, I actually love, because I love the character tip-ins in there. And I was looking at it in Rina's website, and they're different. The bundle that I'm ordering are different.
I don't prefer the Barnes and Noble one, so that was never a consideration for me. I guess it's because a lot of her books have the dark aesthetic already, and I just wanted something different. So
yeah.
But anywho.
So speaking of audiobook, the audiobook narrators are Corbin King and Michelle Sparks. This was a duet, so I really love it when it's a duet because it was very much like a performance. Well, I'm not saying dual is not performance, but this is I feel like more performance, especially when they're interacting with each other. It's like more interaction. And then when you're reading it, it's just immersive because you're while you're reading it and you're following it through, their performance is just oh, I can actually see this thing.
Yeah. I love his voice. I don't know her, but I love Corbin King's voice. So I may just use it as my free download for the month. So
I got it actually on sale. So it was on sale when I pre-ordered. When I pre-ordered it, it wasn't the full. Usually you get kind of a discount, I think, on Audible. So when I got it, because it was on sale, I didn't, I still paid for it, but it's not the full
price. Yeah.
Price. All right. So book rating first.
Oh, hands down, 5-star for me. Yeah, I couldn't even really come up with any real flaws. So I loved it. And then
read it in one sitting, technically, read it in one sitting because I was I have the thing. The only time that I paused it was driving for 5-10 minutes, and then I finished it that way. And I was just I cannot put it down. It's just one of those really great book that you cannot put it down, and then it puts you in a book slump and you're like, now what am I gonna do with my life?
Right. No, it was so good.
Spice
rating. I think it was just a little bit better than Kiss the Villain for me.
Yes.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Spice, I have it as a 4.
I don't remember what I put it on spice. I think I'm pretty sure I remember saying it's fucking spicy. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, it started early on too. It wasn't like, you know, hold on, I'm looking at my. Oh, I haven't made notes, so we'll put it at
It
4.
was high. Yeah, it was
It
high
was,
up there. Like it's hard to get a 5 out of me because I listen to a lot of erotic. Well, not listen,
yeah,
read a lot of erotic. So that's the only thing that's getting a 5 from me.
yeah, and
Erotica.
yeah. Usually, like my 5 stars are like, yeah, like erotica. So kind of like if you make me, or if I reread like Salacious Players Club, those are gonna be fucking 5 spies
Yeah.
because, I mean, come on now.
Right.
Um, so, but it was still good because I was like, one thing with Rina Kent's book, whether even if they don't have a lot of spice, when the spice
Hmm.
hits, it's spicy. Like it's like, oh shit, that's worth the wait. But like once it hits, it's fucking spicy. So it I'm okay with like not a lot of spice, but boy, are they spicy.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay. So before we do the thoughts on Kane, so Kane Davenport is the captain of the Vipers, which
Hmm.
is the hockey team at Greystone University, and he's 6'4". I forgot about that. He's 6'4". I was like, oh shit! But he wasn't even the tallest in their friend group. He wasn't the tallest in their friend.
No, he wasn't.
He wasn't. Thinking to myself, I was like, oh, like whatever. And then they say, it's like, oh shit, he is 6'4". And then, but
Yeah.
then he's like, oh, I'm not the tallest in the friend group. I'm like, what the fuck? He's already tall. So yeah. And he's part of this new series for Rena Kent is it's a secret society. So he's part of the secret society, which is named Venkar Corps. He's a senior member, and he's also legacy because his family is one of the
Founding. Yeah.
founding fathers. Um, and then yeah, what are your thoughts on Kane?
So in comparison to, and I hate to do this, but I'll say it anyway. In comparison to a lot of the other main male characters in like her other books, I liked him a lot more because
Mm.
I got tired of seeing the same
Uh,
sociopath or so at least he had feelings. Yes, he was very jaded. He was closed off kind
mhm,
of because of his traumatic past, with his shitty father.
right.
um he was very redeemable, and I appreciated that he had feeling. So
Yeah,
I liked him as a main male character.
yeah. I loved him too because he's different. Like, yes, he's unhinged.
Yeah,
But if reading his backstory, and we kind of got a little bit of his backstory from Kiss the Villain because his uncle,
right.
kind of like mentioned him or like describe him and describing Kane's brother, which is Grant, who's Kane's dad.
Right.
Horrible. Um, I mean, yeah, and I love that like, yes, you're right, he was jaded and stuff, but that's because how he grew up.
Yeah.
But I do like that he, once he was full in the relationship, he was very much like, I mean, he was already overprotective, but I think it got more so or less once he was like, okay, I'm all in. Well, the fact that he would sacrifice a lot for her. Um,
Everything. He was
right,
willing to give up everything
right,
just to for her.
for her. And I love that. I love that part of him. It was like where he was, like you
Yeah.
said, he had a little bit more emotions. I mean, he does tend to still have like close off feelings towards other people, except for her and his friends. But even with his friends, he's still kind of like he still had that wall. But with her, he's very full on. Like started becoming transparent, and it's a more or less like a relationship, an equal relationship between the two of them.
Yeah.
Because we always see that where yes, the guy falls in love and all that stuff, but they wouldn't budge sometimes. Like, this is who I am.
Right. And it was kind of like, no, I was just born this way. At least this character, Kane had more depth.
Right.
I'm this way because of this, not
Yeah.
just because I was born with this personality.
Yeah, he wasn't born that way. It's
No.
more once, you know, the dad started seeing where he's like, quote unquote, like being soft or weak in his
Yeah.
eyes. And he's like, oh, no child of mine is gonna take over my, empire if he's soft. He was
Right.
made that way because he was close with his mom.
The mom said he was a very sweet boy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And, we meet him as an adult because the dad, like it was already a different stuff. But I really like thoughts on
Yeah.
Dahlia.
I liked that she was the stalker in a sense. Like,
Yes.
she was so slick in the beginning.
Right.
She's a strong female, and
Mm-hmm.
you know how we both like that. Like, don't give me some weepy, sappy, like, weakling. She held her ground when she needed to. Um but I really loved it. Like in the beginning, it was like it's a little bit of humor. I'm hiding, and he's like, "Yeah, okay, you can come out now."
Right. Sorry, I had to mute it a little bit because my dog decided to be like a dick and bark.
Yeah,
Um, yeah, so I love her character. Yes, like the revenge parts of the story is from her
yeah,
point of view, and it's from her, which I understand where she's coming from. It was like the mystery of the book. Like, why is she hellbent on this revenge? Um, Obviously, we meet her steps or
sis,
foster
yeah,
sister. We'll get into that after, but she's very strong. Like, she's sassy, especially when she's like, or there were certain scenes like, oh, you want to play this game? Fine, let's do this. Let's do it.
yeah.
I I love that, and she wasn't backing down. Like,
No,
no matter
I
what.
mean, look at the initiation. That
Right,
like she survived it.
right, and like, yeah, I do. If she could survive that initiation, she was pretty much like, I knew going into it. Like, after that initiation, we're like, she survived that, and I was like, oh, this girl is ballsy, like, holy shit. And the same thing with her. It's like she's in love with Kane, no matter who he is now,
Yeah,
without changing him. Like, all she wanted was like, if you are gonna be possessive of me and you don't want me to date, then we're gonna have a relationship. She just put her
right.
foot down that way, and I love that. Like, one of the things that I love with Rina is like, when, how they always have like the um safe word. Like, they don't
Yes,
use the safe word during this sexual scenes where you're supposed to use the safe word. They use it like, this is now my limit. It's either we're doing this or I'm done. Like,
or
here's
red.
my
Yeah,
yeah, here's my safe word. Because Cecily did the same thing with the shit, God of Wrath with Jeremy.
Jeremy. Yeah,
Yes, and I
yeah.
remember, did Caden and Gas had any? I think they did. There was another book in Rena's.
If it was gonna be one, then that would probably be it.
Yeah, I think it was because I remember Gaz had a safe word, and he did ended up using it, but that was like when all that shenanigans happened, like towards the end of the book, like the last 20% of
Yeah,
what I was stressed. Like, why are you stressing me the fuck out right now?
I know.
I don't think that there was like stressful moments in here, but it wasn't as
No,
stressful
no,
as
not
the
as
other
bad.
books, and I like that, um, because both of them are so like ready to like give up everything for each other because they want each other to have like a happy future, whether they're in it or not. Like, they had that's like, oh, if this is gonna happen, I don't want it to be me. I'm the reason, you know.
Yeah. I feel like the stressful in this book was in the beginning, and it was the initiation, because I remember I was texting you. I'm like, whoa, 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 what's
Yeah, it
happening?
was a little bit stressful. Um, yeah, I think, yeah, I love that. Plot wise, how do you like, like the plot in here plus then the overall plot that we know we're gonna see throughout the series.
I feel like it was so multi-layered. It kept my interest tenfold. Like I was the plot in this book, and then I'm worried about the bastard child Marcus, and I'm like, oh, well, what's going to go on there, and like who's going to be Violet's love interest, and like I loved it. It just kept me going. This plot,
Mhm.
um, I did. I like to be kept guessing, like the
Mhm.
who done it,
Yeah,
who,
I yeah, like with Violet, like I'm so interested with her because it's like
me too.
she's the way Dahlia was describing her, like she's this meek, timid, I don't stand up for myself type of FMC, like the damsel in distress type FMC. And then we see that scene between her and Jude where she slapped Jude, and I was like, oh, did this come from? And Jude just like, because Jude is like known as like he's fucking psychotic, and he would
Yeah,
like you do not even hit him, and or if you don't want to die, and all he did was like look at her and laugh, and then walks off, and I'm like, wait, what? Like, there's gotta be like
yeah.
so much more to that story, and I love all the secondary characters in here. Like not the villains, but like the secondary characters, like Jude, Violet, like as much as I want to see Jude and Violet's story, which is the next one coming up in the fall, I'm really, really excited
Is
with
it
Marcus.
Preston?
Marcus and Preston is next
Preston,
year.
yeah.
I am really so excited because the two of them are fucking hilarious. Like this
I
club
do
scene.
worry though.
It's like the
I
club
do
scene is
worry.
what the fuck is happening? Like,
I worry that we're gonna get and this is no hate towards Rena because I love all her books, but are we gonna get a wash dry and repeat of these personalities again? Like, are we getting another sociopath? Like, I think we've been there, done it, and that's just my
I
opinion. I'm not an author, but I
mean,
can't
I
read
think
another.
they're gonna be both psychotic. Like, because with Preston, he's psychotic, but he keeps it to like until he's violent.
Mm. But are we
He's
gonna be like, oh, that's the way I was born. That's just who I am. I can't
well,
feel, and then
they said
miraculously they can
something.
feel for one person.
Well, they said something that there's something happened. They hinted that there's something happened
Okay.
in their past. Because if you've read when you were reading that one scene where um Ju- oh no, he's not brothers with Julian. Julian is Jude's brother, but like
Right.
I think he's more like because he's the pretty face. He keeps the psychoticness inside. Um,
Well, I guess we'll see.
yeah, it a
I don't
little
want to make any.
yeah, and then Marcus, he's just like antagonistic, and he just like
I love him.
stirs the fucking pot. Like no matter, I was like he's being choked over there by like Preston, and he's like antagonizing him. He's like, "Oh, please help me! Like, am I gonna die?" I'm like, "What the fuck,
That's gonna be
Marcus?
good.
Like, you just like got like I don't know, like you just pissed off Kane, and now you're also pissing off Preston over here, and you're just like laughing your ass off." Um, that I am excited to see them because I think their banter is hilarious. I also like that one scene where they stormed to where Julian was with his,
Yeah.
and I was like, and Preston's like, I'm not included in this. I told them
I know.
today. It's like, and Jude and Kane are looking at him like, are you fucking shitting me? Like, you're just throwing us under the bus. So much for like being our friend.
Yeah.
But
He's
I am interested with Julian because he's like the
He's a dick.
silent version of Jude. Like he's definitely psychotic, kind of like Jude, but he's is more like the silent, deadly type. Like he's not gonna show it until it's gonna happen.
Yeah.
Which I think Rina tried to answer that question because people are like, "Is Julian gonna have a story?" Because everybody loves fell in love with Julian or are
I did
intrigued
not fall in love with him.
or like intrigued with him. I'm intrigued actually. Like when I saw that story, I was like to text Mary Life. I was like, "Hey, is Julian the brother?" Like I don't remember who he is because I'm bad at names. And then she told me it's like it's Jude's older brother. I was like, "Oh yeah, I wanted because I'm like I'm nosy that way. Like, what is
Yeah.
going on between him and his wife?"
I realized I was getting darker.
Oh, did you freeze? Ah, shit.
Uh-oh.
Okay. No, it was me. It's my internet. Stupid internet. Um, what was
Oh.
I gonna say? But yeah, like I was kind of interested with like what's happening with that because there's something going on in there. So, um, but
Yeah.
obviously she has schedule stuff, so who knows if we ever get one. But I'm hoping we do because I am interested. Well, you know me. I love the psychotic um male main characters.
Yeah.
Um, thoughts on the other girl drama?
No, first of all, yeah, I got thoughts.
You got thoughts on
It was I do. I have thoughts.
that? Hmm.
Um why didn't we take her out? Like you punished her. Like I needed she was a bitch. She
Hmm.
did something really fucked up and went, "Oh, well just you're out of the Vencor and
Vancouver.
no, we needed something else. We needed
Yeah,
something else."
I I think it was almost like so quick. The
Yeah.
retribution was so quick, and I feel like I needed more, a little bit more, um, because she was in that club scene. But then again, I was like, I don't think there was like such a focal point for like the other woman drama, and I was like thinking to like other Rina Kent's book. There's not really a lot of other woman drama.
I feel like you presented Isabel. Was it Isabella? You
I don't
presented
remember.
her. She did. Yeah, I have it written down. You know, I had to. You presented her. She did something horrible, like
Right.
kidnapped her, drugged her, and then she did come back and she tried to be a dick again. And then
Hmm.
it was just, we're
And
not
then
even
she
going to
just like,
address that.
and then she just like gone.
Poof.
Like all of a sudden, it's like, oh, where is she? Because it's like the
I
brother was
just,
still there.
I
He
know,
was
just one chapter. I would have liked one
yeah,
chapter to wrap that up. You don't want to kill her, fine, but I need something.
yeah. I wonder if she would pop up again, like on other books, and
Maybe.
maybe that's when they'll do something about her.
Fingers crossed.
Yeah. I mean, I do agree, but I also was like, I'm okay enough. That's like like her being probably getting kicked out at Vencor was probably already like a punishment for her because she's like all up in there like I'm part of I'm part of the in crowd, like to be kicked out. I'm sure that's kind of like
All right, well then give me a tantrum. I want to see her tantrum. I want to see something.
yeah. So but I was okay with like not so much expanding it because I've seen it on other books or series where they like it's like okay, fucking kill her off because she's now
Yeah.
annoying me. Like so
Oh,
I'm
PH Nix's series,
yeah, I'm
Samantha.
just trying not to like say drop anything in there and you just like
Who
drop
cares?
yeah. Yeah, I know. The third book that's when they get like from what I heard, she gets
Yes.
killed off, but it wasn't like as satisfying as you would have thought because of what she did from the very beginning.
Oh, yeah.
That's what I
Well, I
heard.
guess maybe that's where I love that type of drama. So maybe it's obviously a me thing, but I
Mhm.
prefer it. That's just me.
Like I'm okay with other woman drama, but I don't want it dragged like that. 3 books.
Not in 3 books, no.
Yeah,
But I
so
would have liked a
that's what I'm saying.
chapter. Just
Like
one.
I for me, this is not in. this is not Beautiful Venom, but like since we are opened that up for a little bit, for me that in that series, I wish she would have just been killed off in book one and be done with it, because there was so many other stories or
Mm.
line plots in that series that we could have focused on everything else in there.
Yeah.
But that's just me. I haven't finished it.
Yeah.
I'm
That's
trying
okay.
to, but I'm just like
But for this book, I would have just liked at least a
maybe like
tangent.
a what, like a yeah, yeah. But I think it's like they're so afraid of Kane, Jude, and Preston because from reading them, they don't discriminate whether you're a female or
True.
a male. Because like with other books, if you've read it, it's like sometimes no matter how evil the female villain is, they usually end up giving it to the female main character to deal with, like deal with. And with this one, I feel like doesn't matter if you're a female or a male. It's you piss somebody off, they will do stuff. Because I
Yeah,
mean, you
yeah.
saw it with Jude. Jude is like, even with Dahlia, it's like, you know, sooner or later, Kane is gonna get tired of you, and then I can do whatever the fuck I want, pretty much, kind of thing.
Yeah.
Like, and they don't discriminate, I guess. Because
I
even
mean, you know what? Shave her head. Public humiliation.
yeah, right, because it's like Preston said the same thing, hinted the same things. Like right now, Kane is very protective of you, so we can't touch you, kind of thing. Like they don't. It doesn't matter. Like you're to them
Yeah.
if you're yeah. Um.
What do we think? Favorite scene. Oh God, there was a lot of them.
Okay, I have. Okay, let's go through mine. All
All
right.
right, hit it
So the club scene, like when she was making Kane jealous, wearing that green dress that he bought for her,
with
and then
Marcus.
with Marcus, and they were dancing, and when Marcus was about to like make out with her, he just like grabs her, and then what happened in the parking lot? Like,
Ooh, girl, that was
oh my god, that was
nasty.
not only that, but it was spicy, but also when like Dahlia's like, "This is my
Yeah,
if ever I'm gonna say that safe word
red.
red, this is it. This is my red," and he is like, "Mother," and then it's like, "Fine," like, their road trip to Maine because it was very. It's like it was
Oh,
so sweet.
yeah.
It was more like the most wholesome thing ever. Like reading
It
it
was
from
like
his
normal.
right, reading it from his point of view is like like she cannot sing, but I'm gonna let her sing no matter how off key
Oh,
she is because it's just like he enjoys it. And you know how like he's very strict with what he eats, and Dahlia just like eats junk. And he was like, I don't really want it, but then she was like kept making him eat it. Their first kiss, because remember he doesn't like to kiss. When they finally
yes.
had their first kiss, and I was like, with her point of view, it's like, oh, like he doesn't even like kissing, but he's doing this is it's not just like like it's the first kiss of like this is my first kiss in my whole life. It's more of like it's our first kiss, and you're like you can tell the emotions between the two characters
Yeah.
without it just being like
And then he was like addicted to kissing,
right,
more or
yeah,
less.
for like
Well,
for
her.
yeah, for a guy who doesn't like it. I also love Dahlia and Helena's um relationship, like their interaction where they grew to um becoming close, and
Yeah.
the fact that she was helping them out. But I get why she was like trying to forge the bond between them again because
Yeah.
she lost her parents, and he to her it's like you're lucky you still have like a parent, like, but she understand also where he's coming from, where like she did not protect me, like,
Right.
and I understand like where the resentment is coming from. It's like you're supposed to be my mom.
Yeah, but I think not that this makes it right, and I can't
Yeah.
speak on it because I have a very strong mother,
Mm-hmm.
but they were both victims.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
I it's hard to say, but yeah, it's a work in progress. At the
Right.
end, they basically said it's a work in progress,
Yeah.
so that's
And
good.
yeah, and I think too with Kane is because he was such a young child when that
Yes.
happened. So in his mind, it's like now that he was an adult, he knew like yeah, she's a victim too, but he was so closed off already because of what all Grant did that he was just like I don't know if I can forgive you, like
Yeah.
yeah. But again, I
Yeah.
don't blame
Definitely.
her, but like it, like I think the reason that she stayed was to still see him, even though it, Grant did all this stuff, and yeah, I wish. Okay, um, and then the last favorite scene was like when Kane saved Dahlia in the basement,
Oh God, I know that was fucked up.
right?
Yeah. Those were great scenes. They were
Yeah, that
written
was
so
when
well,
I was
and
like, oh, is he gonna do it? Is he gonna kill him or not? Like, because it's that one moment. Like, what is he gonna do? Because he was so angry that's like, I gave up my revenge in the like within with the um thing that he wasn't gonna touch Dahlia, and then to
right.
see her in there where he usually takes his punishment and all that stuff, it was just like that snap, quick moment. And I was like, oh fuck now. Like I had
Yeah.
one thing that I asked. That's the only thing that I asked ever, and then you couldn't even keep it.
Yeah. Well, because he didn't care. He pretended to agree
Mhm.
while it was okay and it benefited him, but once that didn't benefit him, and it was like, no.
Yeah, yeah. I wish. Okay, as I mean, I don't like Grant at all, but also he's the product of his dad.
Right.
Like from we got that backstory in Kiss the Villain of how Grant was. He wasn't super bad, like, but I think the main thing that snapped him, like literally like closed off his humanity, was seeing his fiance get shot in front of him by his dad. And then it's just like no more, like I can't have weakness and stuff. Like wish there was a kind of sort of like wish there was a redemption, but then I also see it where like there's no coming back.
No. He was too far gone,
Mhm.
especially when you put those scenes in there where he tortured his own son and then the
Mhm.
girlfriend. There's you can't no.
I I feel like with the son, the torturing of the sons, like we could have probably like got over that because then it would be on Kane to get over it. But I think it was like the last straw was Dahlia, like, and
Yeah.
yeah, putting that in, and he was the one that was torturing Dahlia. I was just like, ah. I think my like when I was reading that, I was like, the only thing that I put on my note is like somebody fucking shoot this guy because he's done. There's nothing like it's not no coming back. Like
No.
you can't you just can't. You can't come back from that. There's no redemption at that point. You know.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you know me, my favorite scenes are always a little different than yours. So I liked the initiation scene, and I say that because that was where it evoked the most emotion from me, where I was so
Mhm.
stressed out. I love books like that. I mean, could you just imagine feeling responsible for your parents' death and then to watch it over and over and over? Like, if that doesn't break someone, I don't know what does. And then
Oh
the not let's call it what it is, the non-con.
yeah. I, with that one, yeah, it was like, well, I mean, they did tell her it's like it's gonna be psychological, like mental,
Yeah.
physical. I didn't know what the physical was until I was like getting the hint of it. I was like, I bet you it's a fucking non-con on the
Yeah.
physical portion, which is fine. It's like she knew
We
going
read
into
it
it.
every day.
Well, yeah, and like I said, I'm glad when there is like non-con scenes like that. It's always in the female's point of view because then at least we know that's like okay, like I really don't like it, but I kind of like it. I'm
It's an awakening.
yeah, like I'm getting this feeling like oh, I actually kind of like this. Like you know. So I like
Yeah.
where we see that point of view is from the female character's point of view instead of the male main character. Because then if you it's in the male main character, you're like, ah, like
Yeah, it's like how do
ah,
you
I don't know,
cringy.
like cringy, and also you're probably like, I don't know if I'm gonna like this character anymore. Like, you know.
Yeah.
Granted, I feel like Beautiful Fiend kind of did. Oh no, no, it wasn't Billy's. Okay, never mind. It was in the
Yeah.
female's main characters. That's when those argument of like, well, it's really not non-con. It's like, you know,
It's
SA.
whatever you think it is
And
as a reader.
I was like thinking to myself, I was like, well, if you actually read it, you're actually reading it and comprehending what you're reading. The female main character says it. It's like, I actually like this. Like, it's
Yeah.
not just like, oh, it's just not my body. Because I don't, it's like, no matter what, if you're like, if it's an SA, I don't think like your body is gonna like it.
Well, yeah, here's the thing. Reading is subjective and everyone has their own point of view and you're not going to tell me what it is because how I read not I don't mean you, you know what I mean?
Right, right,
Like as a person, so I agree with you. It's whatever you think it is.
right.
And I'm agree with what you think it is. If
Mhm.
that makes
No, but
sense.
that's why I was like, I prefer it when there is non-con scenes.
Yeah.
Like, like the very first one, like where we established that probably throughout the book there's gonna be non-con. I like it when it's in the female main characters because at first it's kind of uh, like no, I don't really like this, and then as because they're already, you know, like they already like the guy.
Yeah.
Majority of the time, when it's enemies to lovers, they're just in denial. they're
Yeah. Yeah.
just in denial about it. So
You're just pissed you like it and
right,
you're
that's what it
not
is. It's
hating
like you're
him.
just like pissed off, like that you like it. So I kind of like those, like it when it's the female point of view, because then I'm not gonna hate the guy as much.
Yeah. That makes sense. The only other scene that I liked is the primal maze scene, and it's
Mm,
yes because of what happens, but it's like she's chipping away at his control. Like
mm,
she gets a little bit of control in
yeah,
that scene. So I like that where the guards start to come down.
I also like the I just remember this the penthouse when she first go to the penthouse and
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah,
she
yeah.
goes in and it's like no lights are on, and then like you know she's trying to figure out, and all he says like I'm gonna count to three and you run, and then her
She's like,
response
well, wait.
no her response like not even a hello or something, and he
I
just
know.
starts counting three, and he was like wait like two, and then she's just like scrambling. I like that, and
I
also
know.
I'm just remembering now the fact that he cooks for her all the time.
I know.
It's so sweet, and you know he's the cook in the friend group, like you know like she started staying there more and more, and uh you know that one day that Jude and Preston were drunk and they went there, and he was like telling them like be quiet, like you know, and then she comes out. Was it her that like she looked like a raccoon because of her makeup, and he was just like
Yes.
he said something about like it couldn't, something along the lines of it couldn't get any worse or something, but he's like he still tell her like you're still beautiful, and then she goes in the bathroom. It's like the fuck is this going on?
I
Like you didn't
know.
even tell me like all this shit. But yeah, I love those sweet moments where yes, he's fighting like his feelings for her, but then his actions tells a different story. Like you know, you hate a person, you wouldn't cook for them. Like
Yeah. And what are your thoughts on like at that specific scene where they came over and Preston just kept giving it to her and giving it to her like he just didn't really like her.
mhm.
Um why do you think that Jude stayed quiet and he started to have like a change because of Violet? I think so.
I think so because he knew that she goes to Violet. Like he already knew about Violet anyway,
Yeah.
and I think he was helping kind of on the side
Right.
without telling her. And I think it's hard for Jude to be very open. Like Jude only likes, really, like if you think about it, he only likes Kane and Preston because they all grew up together.
Does he like Preston though? Yeah, he does. He
Yeah,
protects him.
he
He
does.
likes him in his own way.
Right. And he pretend half the time he pretends, but remember they go on Kane's point of view, he said like how they became close and why
Yes.
Jude is very overprotective of Preston anyway, because of what happened with Preston when they were 10,
Yeah.
and at boarding school when they first like killed somebody and whatnot and all that stuff. and
Yeah.
and I think, and then of course something probably happened with Jude, which they already hinted about it with the mom and all that stuff. And but they do like each other. I think they kind of like, because I think they have the same personality. Jude is just more outwardly about his personality, like this is who I am.
Right.
And
And
I think,
Preston's putting on a persona.
right, but when it's just the three of them, they literally like egg on each other. And Kane is
Yeah.
like the parent that's like, are you fucking kidding me? I'm gonna have to like separate you two again, like go in your corners kind of thing. So I think
Yeah.
they are like, that found family type thing, but
Yeah, for
they're
sure.
so close in personality that they like to egg on each other. And Preston likes to um stir the pot anyway.
Oh yeah.
He's very
Absolutely.
chaotic. Like he will do the chaos, and Jude will come in once the chaos is already started.
Yeah. And he doesn't react like Preston knows like you can't get to me except for Marcus. Marcus can't
Hmm.
get to him.
Yeah.
But we'll have that another book review when that
Right.
comes
Well,
out.
and I think with Preston, Jude, he reacts. He's reactive.
Yes.
Preston is like, I'm gonna wait, but I will make everybody react. Like I'm gonna
Yes.
spin the chaos and stuff. But yeah, I'm glad that at least Preston towards the end, have a little getting better relationship with Dahlia, because I feel like he didn't really like her because she's an outsider, and he's very much of like, Jude and Kane are my family. That's it. Like
Right. I think
very
he thought she was
protective.
like spying on them.
Right. And I
Yeah.
mean, technically she was. Like he
Yeah,
had
just not for Marcus.
right, yeah. Yeah, and that stems from it because they dated.
That
And
pissed him off too.
yeah, that pissed him off, and then he thinks that she's spying on them, which is like she's spying but not for Marcus, and he just didn't and he was like, I don't fucking care, pretty much at that point. Like I'm hating on you
Yeah.
until they're
Little
like,
bitch.
right. Well, until that he figure out like, oh, you're gonna be there forever. You're gonna be here. Like, okay, fine.
Yeah.
Because Jude, he'll be hostile here and there, but not full on hostile. Like
No.
once he figure out that Kane is actually in love with Dahlia, he's like, fine, like I'll help you, like whatever. You know what I mean?
Yeah, Jude was the first to kind of turn.
Hmm.
Preston not so much.
Well, Preston's like, I'm pretty sure he's just jealous.
I think you slept with my man.
Right. Did it? Well, did they?
They did.
No,
No?
I don't remember. I
Did
don't think
they?
they did. I think they made out, but I don't think, because remember Marcus is like wanted to share her with his teammate.
Oh,
And
right,
she
right,
was
right.
like,
Yes,
I'm
yes.
out. Like I don't like, I might not
Nice
be a
try,
virgin,
loser.
but like I'm out.
Okay, you're right. You're right. You're right.
um
Um,
do you have a
all
favorite
right, so favorite quotes? No, I missed this is the one time I don't. Go for it.
actually I have. Hold on, let me. Oh, one of them was like, it's a funny one where he said, I really like you too when I don't want to strangle you. It's funny. It's like, really, we have to go there. Like, we have to add that. Like, because she always, like, her thing is always like, oh, you're such a romantic. And then
Yeah.
he'll say something like romantic and then ruins it at the end. Oh, or the one where it says, I don't intend to romance you, Dahlia. I don't do that. So if you're looking for soft love confessions, a box of chocolates, and a bouquet of flowers, walk out right now. But if you prefer rough games and primal impact play, we might be able to work something out. And I was like,
Oh
what?
God, yeah.
Uh, oh my god. Yeah, yeah, I like that. Or when Dahlia finally figured out that Kane was not who she thought he was, because his persona outwardly is like, I'm calm, I'm collected, I break up the fights, I don't start anything, because I'm
Yeah,
the leader and all that stuff. In her point of view, like she says, like, I thought he was the greenest flag in this godforsaken organization, but apparently I was
wrong.
colorblind. And I was like, yeah, yeah, because I mean, if you look at him and you get like the first couple of scenes that he was there, he does seem like the nicest one out of the three, because Jude
Yeah.
is outwardly psychotic. Preston is kind of like he hides it, but it's in there. It
Mm-hmm.
sprinkles out here and there, but with Kane, he's always quiet. He doesn't, he doesn't do anything. Like, they don't even know if he has a girlfriend or not. Like, he pretty much keeps to himself until he unleashes it on her, and it's like, oh shit, it's not.
Yeah.
I mean, he wasn't the most unhinged out of Rina's characters.
No, not definitely not.
No,
So it was. I
but he's also
enjoyed
not
it. It
like,
was dark, but
yeah,
it
like
didn't have to be solely from him.
he wasn't like also the blandest out of like Rina Kent's MMCs. When I think about bland character, there's only one MMC that reminds me of. It's one of the lawyers in the Empire series.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we won't talk about it. Nobody talks about him anyway. um,
All right. So we did dislikes and likes.
mhm.
Well, I did mine. You might have some.
I'm pretty sure we already know what.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
I kind of sprinkle it here and there. So overall thoughts on the book.
Oh, hell yeah. Yeah, I loved it. And will I continue with the series? Absolutely. I wish the rest of them were out. And like you, I'd like to see the third as the second. Although I love Violet, I think. I think I'm going to like her, but I would like to
Mhm.
see Preston and Marcus
Right?
first.
Yeah, me too. Like, but I think she did it on purpose to edge everyone out.
Well, I don't
Yeah,
like edging. It
she
doesn't work in
she
my
she's
relationship.
one of those authors that likes to edge people.
Yeah.
Because I mean,
But I think it's going to be great.
Vaughn and Julian don't come out until the end of the year, and we're like, shit. And then, we don't even know who's the third book. So for that series, but I'm still looking forward to it. Like, which is it's all MM in that series, but
Yeah, good things to come.
yeah.
I'm really excited. I really feel like I did like what. Come on, tell me what the series was again. I always forget the last series,
Legacy
God
of
of War.
Gods. Yeah.
Yeah, why can't I ever remember? I liked it, but not my favorite
Mm.
series.
Yeah.
So I'm excited for
Same.
the Kiss the Villain was amazing. This book was amazing, so I'm hopeful.
I think too. It's like, I think it's because you read Legacy of Gods almost back to back, which I
Oh,
didn't.
all of it.
I I
Jesus.
kind of, there was a little bit of space in between when I was reading them. So I still enjoyed it. I think when I got to, after I read God of Pain, I was like, okay, well, I'm gonna wait until I read God of Fury, just because I love Landon. I don't know how you're gonna top that.
Yeah. I
Um,
went balls to the wall. I was like
yeah,
all
so
the way through Arena for like a whole month. I was like, "Ugh, I needed a
yeah,
break."
that's why. Yeah, and I think that's probably why you're like, "Fuck this shit." I'm like, I'm done. Like,
Yeah.
um,
But not now. Now it's great.
no, it's like looking at it back now. I mean, it was a lot of books. I
I'm
would
looking.
say, I think with us, it's like we breezed through the first generation books. That by the time we got to like it's like 30 plus books.
13 books I blew through.
Yeah, well, but then Legacy of God series, they're a lot longer than the first
Yeah.
generation. So you're just like, oh my god. But also, I
Yeah,
think
it's
it's
true.
because there was so much backstory with each book, like trying to catch readers if they've never read them, um trying to catch them up, like what happened with the parents or whatever. And but if you as a reader that you've read from the beginning, you're like, can we like remove those? Like I'm okay having the parents uh point of view, because you see it from their point of view. I love that. Love, seeing the cameos of the parents because they're my favorite. But do I need all their backstory? No, but I get
No.
it why
Yeah.
she did it, because people didn't read the other stories
Well,
and
just
stuff.
fucking read it in order.
Right.
All right, that's all.
Like
Sorry,
that
just
one
kidding.
person that posted on Threads, and then I responded, and I guess they didn't like my response, so they, like, I don't know if they either blocked me or they deleted the original.
That's okay.
And then I was like, I'm okay. It's like, well, then don't ask the questions from people that read Rina Kent and love Rina Kent.
Yeah.
Okay. Just say, like, should I just read this? They can be like, up to you, Like,
Yeah, I
I
know.
do. I love this book, and I am excited to do the series. Um, would I consider it sports? Not as much, because we didn't really see a lot of the hockey.
No, we didn't.
It's part of it because of the rivalry between the two hockey teams within the same town. Um, and also Marcus was on the rival team, so I have a feeling that the hockey would be more on Marcus and Preston's because they are on the rival team.
Yeah, if at all. Like, I don't think any of her books are sports heavy.
No.
There's sprinkling, like, one of the books has a soccer ball on it. I forgot which one it was, but
Oh,
because
that was
they
because they
played,
were like soccer. They
yeah,
were soccer
football.
players, like Levi, the first generation.
Yeah,
They
but it
did.
was still a sprinkling. It wasn't
Yeah.
like the whole thing.
Well,
So,
like who plays lacrosse? Is it the twins, Landon or Brandon? One of them. Oh, Brandon plays lacrosse. Brandon plays lacrosse because I remember um
I don't remember.
Nico and Jeremy watching the lacrosse game. But
Oh, right, right, right.
we
Yeah.
just watched. It wasn't like a full on lacrosse game, like where they did. I mean, there was like some hockey games that she attended, because remember, she was fangirling. She was the girl that would like fight cheer on Kane online, like, but pretending to be someone else. And then
Yeah, but it wasn't heavy.
Yeah,
It
and
wasn't the
Kane told
main focus.
told her, it's like, oh, I knew it was you.
Yeah. Well, like if you compare like CR Jane to that, like
Oh
CR
yeah,
Jane was very sports heavy.
like it
But yeah,
is.
it's just yeah. So anyway, I think we're to the our favorite part of the evening.
Oh yeah. Okay. So one of the hot topics I just remembered while I was like doing it, because when it first came out, probably like a week after Beautiful Venom came out, somebody said like, "Are people really still reading Rina Kent? Like, that is not non-con. That is great." And I'm like,
Oh yeah.
and people are like, "Did you not read the trigger warning?" Is because it was on the trigger warning that there's non-con in there, and people pretty much like told her, it's like, so you've read all of Rina Kent's, so you know what you're gonna get with her as an author, and yet you still continue reading her. Maybe you should change your author to read,
Right.
so you're not.
And it's okay if you outgrow an author,
Mhm.
but do you have to like I'm getting so tired of the criticism of authors and readers alike. Like, did she need to publicize it? Why do we have to publicize everything?
I know. And then the fact is like, oh, you publicize it, and then now you can stand on your toes because that person wasn't responding to the comments, like, because I'm pretty sure she probably was like hoping to get people to like, oh, I agree with you, blah blah. I think there was like one or two, but then everybody is like, you've been reading her for a long time. You've read majority of the books, because she said something like, I've been reading her. Then you know that non-con is one of the things that she writes all the time.
Absolutely.
Like, it's not like
Yeah.
a surprise. Like, surprise, we're venturing out to a new thing. Like, and also for people that are not like like us, the two of us, we dive in blind. Like we don't
Sure.
do the trigger warnings. If you are that type of person that you know for yourself, you need to read the trigger warnings, especially when it's a Rina Kent book, an HD Carlton book, a Chantel Tessier book, like any of those like super dark, you should read the trigger warnings because for sure if you dive like blind in those kind of books, you're gonna fucking hate it because or you're gonna find something that like, oh shit, I should have read the trigger warning because I'm not prepared.
Let me ask you a question.
Hmm.
And it's just a genuine question. And I just want to preface this by saying I don't mean this in all circumstances. There are some things that are problematic, for
Hmm.
sure. But if I'm an author and I give you a whole list of my trigger warnings and they're all in there,
Hmm.
and then you read the book and it's triggering to you, why is the responsibility on me? Why can't you just be the reader and say, well, shit, that really did trigger me for some reason and be done with the experience? Why do we then have to jump up the author's ass? Like,
No,
I don't know.
I don't know, but I think it's the two of us, between the two of us. Okay, like I think this is my answer. There's not a. I found it that when I started reading dark romance, I've never really looked at the trigger warnings. I guess they've been there, but I just not cognizant of like reading it.
Yeah.
Um, because usually when I like a borrow a book on Kindle and then you open it, it usually starts either on the prologue or chapter one or sometimes the dedication. Um, but for the most part, mine already comes always starts the very first chapter. So I have to like literally find the trigger warnings if I'm looking for it. So I've never really thought about trigger warnings, I guess. Um, so for
There
me,
was
it's not,
never a
I
thing.
think the only thing that really I found it once I started reading, the cheating trope was not whether
Okay.
it's not even if it's not between the main characters that are like gonna end up, I still don't like it in general. Like somebody said something about like, oh, there was a cheat. Oh, Thorne's duet, of Rina Kent. Remember, Naomi was married like after the 7 years, like when she
No,
disappeared.
don't talk to me. It was too many books ago. I don't know.
But anyway, so like Naomi was married, but then she wasn't really like it was a marriage of convenience or whatever, or like forced marriage or whatever. But she was like seeing Sebastian. So I guess I kind of like glazed over the fact that technically Naomi was cheating
Gotcha. Okay.
on her husband. And then, like that one author that who shall not be named, where she stayed with this boyfriend, but she's sleeping. And so, yeah, that to me, that like that was cheating. I couldn't do it.
But did you think to reach out to Rena Kent
No,
and give her a hard time?
like
Or
give her.
did you just say, shit, I didn't like this and keep it moving?
Well, the thing is like I love Thorne's duet, and that's what I'm saying. It's like I guess I glazed over the fact that there was a cheating in there,
Yeah.
because usually when I read something and there's like cheating, I kind of like, let's get it's either if I like the story that I glaze over it, or like, I'm out, there was cheating kind of thing. But I don't go to the authors like, how dare you put a fucking cheating trope in there, like, but that's just not me.
Oh, yeah.
There
It
are.
just pisses me off. Like,
Mhm.
I think that these things, these reviews or
It's not even a
these
review,
witch hunts that we do,
it
yeah,
was a
but these witch
criticism.
hunts are unnecessary, and I think it's clickbait. I
Yeah,
think you just want people to like and comment so you
I
can
think it was a
become
rage bait
popular.
because
Yeah,
it's a
that's
new
what I
Rina
meant,
Kent
rage bait.
book, and majority of the people that read it loves it. So it's being hyped up. So it's all over social media. So it's almost like, let me be the one odd girl out that's gonna say like something stupid, and then
Yeah,
I'm not. it's not the reaction that I'm looking for. Because if you're going to complain about the non-con or call it like saying it wasn't a non-con, well, then you didn't read it. Like, I'm not saying you didn't read it properly. Well, then you didn't read the female point of view, really. Because she explicitly said, oh, I actually like it. Like, I found a kink, you know?
Yeah.
Like, she found a
Yeah.
kink. Um, so, and the thing was, like, before they even started, she had Kane reminded her of her safe word
Yes.
before the non-con happened. Before the non-con happened, he said, like, this is your safe.
Remember.
Remember
Yeah.
your safe word. We can stop it now. The only caveat is you're gonna move out of
You're out.
town. You're out, like, completely. So there was a safe word. It wasn't like, so she knew what was happening. She could have stopped it. So it wasn't like the whoever that person posted. It's like basically saying like not like she didn't have a choice. Like Kane said, she can stop stuff. She
Yeah.
didn't because she wanted to be initiated. So she knew what was happening. She was fine with it. Like, yeah.
Good
I
point.
think it's just like those rage bait are just like irritating to me. It's like, oh, you're gonna write this. Rina Kent is being popular again because she's releasing and everybody's loving it. So I'm going to like insert myself and get the views.
Look what happened the last time someone did that. We're not going to say names, but she got her ass chewed out.
The big, yeah. I blocked that person and
Yeah.
her whole and that person's whole group because they're those
Mean Girls.
mean girls. I mean, let's
Yeah.
call it spade a spade. It's a mean girl energy. Nobody
Yeah.
like the people that are saying like that person was being funny, and I'm like, no, there's a time and place. There was a time and place. Rina Kent didn't. She was quiet. She didn't announce anything. Whatever. This person, it she that person was not being funny. She knew
Yeah.
what she was doing. The only reason she was trying to quote unquote apologize because she got called out. And what do you know? People don't like being called out when it's like when there's more than enough people that don't agree with you, you don't like the feeling.
Yeah.
So,
Oh well.
and that's the thing to me. It's like if you're gonna put something on the internet, make sure you can stand your ground before you hit post. Don't be want to be like, oh shit, I got backlash. Now I have to backtrack.
Some people just get too big for themselves and they think they're greater than they are and they
No.
think that everyone's going to fall in line with them.
Yeah.
That's you have you been to book talk? Cuz it sounds like you're new when we know you're not.
Right. Exactly. Yeah. And
One minute you're here, the next minute you're not. So,
yeah.
might want to choose
That's what
wisely.
I always say to people. It's like, don't anything that you post on the internet, make sure you can back it up like that's you. And you know me,
Right.
I always like double checks. Like, should I post it? Like right now, I'm in my feelings, but then the next day, it's still my feelings. I'm gonna fucking post it.
And a lot of times when you ask me, I'm like, nah, you probably shouldn't. I mean, it would be funny as hell, but you probably shouldn't.
But but and that's the thing. It's like find a fucking group chat, man. Like, come
Right,
on.
right.
There's no way that you don't have a fucking group chat. Like, and this is what I would say though. Like with anything that's like where I would have an opinion. The main thing that I would probably fucking pose is when it comes to Filipinos. It's like if I see you being a dickhole, where it's like, really? At this in this climate, we're gonna be racist? Then I will say
And
something.
you can. You
And
and you have the
yeah,
right to do that.
like I
I
don't
couldn't do it.
yeah,
I
I
mean,
don't
like I
speak
couldn't
a
speak
lot.
for any. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't do it a lot, but then when it's kind of like, this is fucking irritating. Come on now. Like then I will say something. Kind of like
Yeah.
the immigration thing when we were talking about it. I did post something, but I was very vague where I was seeing like people were like they're not they don't know the immigration process and all of a sudden because they're either related to somebody or married or whatever, they would say something, but then when it matters, they're quiet. It's kind of like, don't pick and choose when it's, when it's when you know that you're gonna get engagement.
Right.
Then when
Yeah.
it matters, you're quiet. It's either you actually have something to say, otherwise, and I'm gonna tell you, you shut the fuck up and sit down.
Yeah.
And this is coming from me, like I've been through the immigration process, so like if you've never had any
Mm.
experience with that, I don't. For me, don't say anything if you're not gonna say anything across the board, where you just pick
Right.
and choose and just be like, oh, it's just performative for me because I know it's gonna get engagement and all that stuff. But when it actually matters, you're quiet. And I see a lot of things. I notice a lot of things with people, and I'm just like, ugh, you're definitely performative because
I
you pick
think
and
it's
choose.
okay to be performative when it's and I don't mean in that case at all. At
Right.
all. I'm saying like when we're doing a video. If I gave my face, my regular face on my videos,
Yeah.
no one would fucking watch me. So I got to give you a little jazzed up version.
Yeah, like, yeah, no, yeah, but like when it comes to like political climate or like racism
Sure.
and all that stuff, and I can tell when it's performative because you pick and choose which author you're gonna say stuff out. But when it comes to your fucking favorite authors, like, oh, this is my favorite author, I'm gonna be fucking quiet. Like, yeah, no, now you showed me what your true colors are.
Yeah, for sure.
Because
It's like
really in reality you're just saying this so that nobody kind of calls you out that you're being quiet, because when it's your favorite author, you don't put them in the same standards. So
yeah,
it's
it's too
either,
late, bitch. You already showed your ass.
yeah, so it's either you agree or and if you don't agree, then you just shut up over there. And and there are a couple of people that I've seen do that, and I'm just like, oof, like this is why, like, sometimes I don't say a lot of things unless, again, it's things that I've experienced or anything with Filipino culture or
Yeah.
stuff like that. Then yes, I will say something here and there, but I don't really say a lot of that stuff. Or when people spoil stuff, like it just came out, and then because you already read it, because you don't,
Oh, that's shitty. Mm.
then I was like, what the fuck? Like, it's not like I'm not looking for posts. It's just like when you open the app, that's the first thing that comes up, and you didn't put like, oh, spoiler alert. Like, I would say something like on Threads, like, I hope you stub your toe. Like, I do. I genuinely hope you stub your toe or step on a Lego for spoiling shit. Like, I haven't even gone through that part yet, and you already spoiled it. Rina hasn't even announced it yet. You already spoiled it for everybody. You're an asshole. Like, I hate that shit. Like, I get
I
it. Like,
know.
you're excited. Like, yes, I read it. I finished it. Blah, blah, blah. It's an amazing book. But don't fucking spoil shit for me, man. Or for everybody. And that's just for me, obviously. But, like,
True.
just fucking don't spoil it. Um, alright. So,
I think we have time for one more hot topic. Pick one, and then we
um,
roll the other one to the next.
okay, pick one. I think we don't care about the other one as much. Let's do the ARCs, PR company.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah,
I think
yeah,
that's
yeah.
like, it's a common thing that I've seen on Threads lately. The other one, it's kind of like, whatever. Some people just don't learn. It's not nothing new. Like, if you,
I'm sure we'll get to talk about it again because it'll happen again. So
oh
don't
yeah,
worry.
because half of these people like don't remember from last week. Let's yeah,
Yeah.
okay. Arcs, okay. Arts, PR companies, what authors, whatever. Like, for me, if you didn't receive the art, okay, whether you were approved or denied, or if you've been writing for this author for the longest time, you've been reading their arcs and all that stuff. you don't have to post it. Yes, you can get your feelings hurt if you are a ride or die for this author and you've been getting the arcs for forever, and then all of a sudden they denied you for the newest one, right? Like I've had that. I would text you
Sure.
and I'd be like, I'm like, I got my feelings hurt. But I text you.
Right. You go to the
Like,
proper channel.
right.
A
I
friend.
didn't go on social media and say why, or like it almost like how dare they not not give me this arc when I've been a ride or die for this author. First of all, if you're a ride or die for this author, then purchase the ebook.
We've said this how many
Purchase the
times?
paperback. Purchase the whatever. Like even if you don't purchase the ebook, you borrow it on Kindle Unlimited. You borrowed it. They get the page read. They still get paid.
Yeah.
That's supporting an indie author or author in general. That's how you show support. That's how you actually show your love for that author. Plus, also, like, you can talk about it on social media, spread the word. But for you
Right.
to, like, and
Entitlement.
I'm gonna call it as a temper tantrum because you're throwing a temper tantrum. I'm sorry. Like, you're throwing a temper tantrum on social media because you didn't get the fucking arc for the first time, like this author owed you a lot. That's not supporting your author. Now you're just being fucking entitled bitch.
Right. Well, here's a good example. The last 3 or 4 books Maggie Cole has sent me, and
Mm-hmm.
like it's not even an art copy, it's a free copy of her book.
Right.
What I do is I buy an extra copy to show support to her because I feel bad. She gives me a free book and I just give away that extra book. Now, the next book that comes out, if she doesn't give me a free copy, guess what? I'm still buying 2 books because I'm going to give the next one away because I want, these are indie authors.
Right.
They're not making millions of dollars yet.
Yeah. So it to me it's like, okay, perfect example.
Mm.
I love Jagger Cole. Like ever since I've read his book, love, like Deviant Hearts. That's the first one I read, and then I and then I got approved for the arcs for the next books in that series and stuff. It's like, oh my god, this is amazing, blah blah blah. And then last year there was I think it's the second book in the new series. I didn't get approved for it. I believe I texted you like, oh, I'm
You
sad I
did.
didn't get approved, blah blah blah. But then I still read it. Like I still read
Of
him.
course.
Like, and what I do too is like even if I don't read it on um the day that it released, I pre-order the ebook. So then it's already on my Kindle. I already showed my support by buying it, purchasing it. You know what I mean? But I don't think you've ever seen me like, how dare they not like
No,
I
you just say I'm salty because because at the end of the day, you really wanted it.
right. You're
And when we don't
human.
get what we
I'm
want,
human.
we are upset.
Right. But you don't see me like, I'm gonna go in front of the fucking camera
No.
and be like, see, I'm very fucking salty about this shit. Like, how dare they? Like, I've been like promoting or like whatever. It's like, well, okay. So now what you're saying is like you created this social media to get free stuff. It wasn't like, this is how I see it, okay? I'm not saying that's what people do. Like, I started my social media like as a book to support to
Yeah,
promote
I think we
authors
all did.
to
Yeah.
promote authors without asking for anything, without looking for anything, whether the author likes, share, interact with my thing. It doesn't matter because now I don't tag the authors, really. I don't tag anybody. I think
No.
the only time I tag the authors is if I'm like, those videos that I do. It's like, oh, my favorite books, my favorite FMCs. Then I'll tag the author just so that people will be like, they can go directly to that author's page. That's where I did, or like book mails. That's about it. But other than that, I don't tag them anymore. So to me, it's like,
I know. Yeah, you're right. You're right. I don't know. Like, we know of people
mhm,
that have felt entitled to get PR packages from a, whether it's a PR company, but I think it was an author. And when they didn't get it anymore, it was like, that's it. I'm not on the ARC team anymore. Like you said,
Yeah.
temper tantrum. That's it. Now I'm not going to read your books anymore.
So that means
Maybe
you're
that
not
author didn't have the money to
right.
send out as many. You don't know what someone's going through.
Right. So that means you're really not a fan of the author. You're only
You're a fan
promoting
of the free
them.
shit.
Yeah, because you're getting something in return. It's like, well, to me, I don't really see my thing to monetize it because I have a job. Like I'm not like I always say it's like, oh, I'm poor, but like, well, when you live it paycheck to paycheck, to me, I see it as poor, like whatever.
Yeah.
Until I have my business up and running. Like I am not cashing in on the social media. Like, oh my god,
We should.
I
Let's get
must
on there. Let's do some battles.
right. Like I must do that. Oh, can we do it live one day?
Let's do it.
Tomorrow,
Let's
can we do it? Just like we'll be on live while we're working, and just like chit chat while we're
do some
working,
battles.
and see what people like. If actually,
Yeah.
I don't even care, but like at least my brain wouldn't be like, oh, I need to do this shit while I'm working. Like, no, I can at least concentrate on my work while we're like chit chatting. But
Yeah.
that's what I'm saying. It's like but also like nobody likes me really anyway because I'm like, I always say this, and I'm always straight up. I'm nice when I have to be nice. I like who I like, and I'm very blunt. So if you don't like me, cool. I'm not the person for you. So this is why I think this is why I would never get to the 10,000 followers and all that stuff because I can't do what other people do. Okay, I can't overreact. I just can't. This this how it is now is feel like I'm doing too much already.
You're a jerk.
So if you're gonna like make me like do all the other stuff that people are so comfortable doing, it's like more power to them. I love that for them. Like, shit, you're good at it. Do it. You get paid
Yeah.
for it. Nice. I don't look at it as like this is my job. This is my paycheck. Like, I can't do it. It would be too stressful, and I'll
It
probably quit.
hurts.
I'll probably quit after a week. Like, fuck this shit. Like I'm not made for it. And I'm happy
No.
for people that can monetize their TikTok page or Instagram, YouTube, whatever. It's like I'm happy for you, but like
It's a lot of work.
it's a lot of work. Like I'm talking about like,
But
oh,
we should. We'll go live tomorrow.
we'll go live tomorrow. Like yeah, just text me what time. I'll like we'll go live tomorrow and just bullshit around it. But anyway, that's our hot topic. We'll come back to the
That's
next
it.
one because I'm pretty sure somebody's gonna do something with the same hot topic
Yeah.
that we didn't get to
Come
talk.
back come back next time because we will. You
I'm
never
sure
know
we
what
will.
version you're gonna get. We might really go in hot with it, but well,
Hey,
that brings us to the end of the episode. Thanks for sticking around for all this crazy. Um, be sure to follow us on our socials so you don't miss out on any of our episodes. Subscribe to our podcasts. If you have any authors, topics, books, or anything you want to see, just shoot us a DM and Instagram at Unfiltered Romance Nights. That's it. See you next time.
Bye.